It's time for another ICU shift recap, and this shift was my shift 2 of 2, and I had the same patients back, so I thought, it's going to be going nice and chill, smooth. Wrong. This shift was so busy. I'm going to have to rush through because I have 2 slides of this. Start off with a quick report. Already knew the patients, just had to get little updates from the night shift nurse. And then I went right into doing all my normal morning stuff with both patients. Assess, meds, turn, oral care, peri-care. Did that on patient 1 and patient 2. And then patient 2 needed all of their IV lines changed, their needleless connectors for the central lines, all that. So went ahead and did that before sitting down and charting. At 9, patient 1, I took out their Foley, put a condom cath on, gave some bowel meds, which you'll see came back to really haunt me. And then turned and did some labs on that patient. And then after that, they needed their IV fluid changed, so had to go do that. Turned patient 2 at 10, and then 10:30, we started the shit show, quite literally, not figuratively. It was a poop-tastic day. That's all I can say. At 11, did the same things for both of my patients and did my next assessment, meds, oral care, turn. And then at noon, patient 1 needed some more labs, and I went ahead and cleaned them up again. Patient 2's blood pressure was just going up and up and up. And so I had to notify the doc at a certain point, and ordered some meds for that patient, and then went ahead and cleaned up patient 1 again and gave some more meds before I took my lunch break. After my lunch break, patient 2 needed some more meds, and I ended up having to start carding because the meds that I had already given did not touch the blood pressure, so I had to start a carding drip. And then I went ahead and started my next Q4 assessments on both patients and did oral care and a tube feeding change on patient 1, and then did basically the same stuff for patient 2. At 1600, I had to page a doctor for patient 1. The patient's trach cuff had been blown and we needed to exchange it, so I had to call the provider in order to get this done. And then I ended up changing the tube feeding set on patient 2 in the meantime. Team showed up to exchange the trach, so we went ahead and did that. And then afterwards, I cleaned up the patient again, gave some more meds, had to draw some more labs, turned that patient before going and doing patient 2's last turn and meds at 1800. At 1830, I emptied the patient's Foleys, finished up my charting, and then at 1900, I said adios to my patients and gave report to the night shift nurse. But then I had a work training afterwards. I didn't have to do it after work. I could have come back in on another day, but it was only like a 30-minute little thing. I didn't want to drive all the way in for a 30-minute training on a day off, so I just decided, you know what, I'll just stay late and do the training, which is what I did. And that was my shift recap.